Come on, Zeffie. Come on. Here, Zeffie.
I came to California in 1942 to work in the war effort. And then I went into the service, and I might add that being in the service profoundly influenced my life. I was in Germany, and I saw all of these kids that didn't have any families and the structures and the lives that had been destroyed, and it kind of gave me a new concern and a new zeal to come back home and do something that was very positive and creative.
Ed Becks returned to California and to a post-war prosperity that was drawing a new black population to the state. By 1950, the number of African Americans in California had quadrupled, and many had begun to move from city to suburb in search of good housing.
Okay, I come down on the peninsula. I came out here looking for a job. Okay, I was a newly married young guy looking for the front line with the picket fences. I had a couple of brand new little kids. I was very disappointed to find that the housing situation down here was very restricted. In certain areas, they didn't allow blacks to live there.
We went out with a real estate person the first day, and she showed us all around the places in Menlo Park and Palo Alto and everywhere else. And there were several places that we really liked. The next day, she came back very tearful. And so I queried her as to what was causing the tears. And she said that she had been instructed to, that she could not show us houses in any place but East Palo Alto.
We had real estate brokers came, got us, and took us to the gardens. He happened to take us across the little bridge in Palo Alto. And so I saw that first house, and I said, oh, I like that. I really like that. And he said, oh, no, you can't buy that.
One of the areas that was relatively fair in price was this East Palo Alto and Belhaven area. And so we began to make sure that we got some people located in these areas. The real estate people took advantage of that. They began to do what was called block busting.
They brought busloads of black people from San Francisco and drove up and down the streets, ostensibly saying, you know, these are houses that you could buy, but also as a way of frightening out the people that were already there.
They would say, oh, you got colored people are moving in, your prices are going to go down. So they would go and they would have people sell their houses for $8,000, and then they would sell them back for $10,000, $12,000, or $14,000.
They came to me and said, good morning, I'd like to help you sell your house. And I said, sell my house? This was the finest home I'd ever had, upstairs, downstairs, 150-foot deep lot with 132 feet frontage, marvelous vegetable garden, wonderful landscape yard. I've never been so happy in my life. Why would I want to sell my house? So no one ever came again.
Miriam Turner Eads stayed in East Palo Alto and worked with both black and white residents to combat blockbusting. But the transformation of East Palo Alto intensified.
About 10,000 people left East Palo Alto in 10 years. As a school teacher, I had the first black child in Palo Alto Gardens. 10 years later, I would have only 1 or 2 white children in that same room, in that same school.